Welcome back to the pod.
What's
this
up?
This is Podnum. I'm glad to have y'all tuned in.
How are we doing today, guys?
Oh yeah, baby. You know, we're here.
Everybody having a nice
Feeling
MLK day?
Yeah. Nice little chill day.
Very
Happy
chill.
MLK Day to all of you listening to this same day.
For sure. That's a lot of love. Appreciate y'all. How are you guys celebrating MLK Day today?
I watched Holes.
We watched a really great Jamie Foxx movie.
Oh yeah, Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah, it was
Dang.
pretty great.
That shit is nuts, dude. I
know,
love
I've
that.
never seen
that's
it, but it was pretty
crazy.
great.
And you rewatched Last of Us?
Yeah, and I rewatched Last of Us this morning because that shit dropped last night, and it was just fucking incredible.
I also watched Last of Us.
You guys had a good little movie
It's
day.
pretty
Last
good.
of Us, Law Abiding Citizen, Holes.
What else did I watch?
You
I
didn't
watched
even wanna
something
watch
right
it.
before Law Abiding Citizen too. I can't remember the name now though.
Let's just talk about how Josh said he wasn't going to watch Last of Us with us last night.
Okay, here's the
And then
deal.
watched it with Nick after.
I didn't think
Whoa.
that it was that good. Because, again, I thought this thing was going to be like a spaghetti western. No cap. I've never played the game. I've never seen anybody play it. I just had heard some soundtrack maybe or something and thought that it was like a western. And I was like, I don't really care. I didn't like Yellowstone, so I probably won't like this other western. But it's not a western. It's like apocalyptic.
Yeah, dude, it's
And it has
super fucking sick.
The same guy who plays the Mandalorian. And that was
Pedro
what,
Pascal.
yeah, that's what
Yep.
hooked me.
Yep.
I was like, well, all right, I'm in.
He's nuts. Bill, who's that dude? Nick Offerman. Is
Yeah,
that
Nick
him?
Offerman is
He's
in
in
it.
it too. He's some dude
Nick
we haven't
Offerman?
seen yet.
Yeah, Nick
Oh.
Offerman's
We
in
haven't
some
met
later
him yet, but
episodes.
he's in there.
I
He's in the
was-
trailer.
okay.
Okay, I was like, where?
Representing Illinois.
It's sick, dude. It's so canon.
So true.
It like actually, it feels like sometimes they actually just pulled shit from the game script and had them say it. Like it's incredibly enthralling. The fucking like environment they created, and it's gonna be so fucking sick. I already can't wait for season 2. If you've played Last of Us 2, you know what I'm talking about. But
It makes me want to play the game. Just what's it called?
Get a PS4 or
Yeah.
PS5.
I need
It's
it.
on
but-
PC now. You can get it on.
Is it really?
yeah,
Yeah, you
they
can get
got
it
the
on Epic.
remaster.
Bet. Let's go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do I watch the show or and then play the game, or do I play the game while I'm watching the show?
I mean, honestly, I would want to kind of figure out what it would be like to watch it with fresh eyes because I know everything that's going to happen because I played the game.
Okay, all right.
So,
So,
if you
I'll watch it
with like
and
fresh eyes.
we'll
you
come
know.
back after it all, and then I'll tell you all, and then I'll play the game, and I'll tell you how I felt.
Yeah,
Sick. Okay.
Who buying me the game though?
I already have it. I have it on PlayStation 4 if you guys want to play.
Do you have a PlayStation, Josh?
No,
I have a
PC though.
PlayStation 4, so I can just bring it down to
sure.
the studio.
Nice. Sharing is caring, everybody.
Yeah.
True.
Happy 2023. I literally was buying plane tickets with my mom yesterday, and I freaked out because I thought I bought plane tickets for next year because it said 2023. I just wasn't used to seeing that yet, and I was like, shh, like, Mom, I'm so sorry. Like, what do I do? And she's like, it's 2023. And I was like, no.
Funny as fuck.
Yep.
It's 2023. So
That's
I
what's
hope
up.
everybody
Where y'all
else is. We're going to go to Vegas. We're going to visit my
Ooh,
brother over
that's
there.
What's up.
You gonna bring some gambling money or what's the?
Yeah, for sure. I got a month and a half to save up.
What's your favorite casino game to gamble on? Are you blackjack, roulette? What do you do? Poker?
I really like not doing it,
Well, for sure, but when in Vegas, you know?
but if I were, I like to go. I feel like I would go to a craps table and gamble on somebody else rolling dice.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust my luck. But if
Yeah.
somebody's hitting a bunch of numbers they're supposed to hit, and I can make, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably just go to the sports betting area. Like,
Last time I was in Vegas, I saw this person at the, what is it called, the blackjack table. It was a couple. This dude was blacked out. He put $5K down,
oh no.
lost
way.
it, and he
Holy
doubled
shit.
down. And his girl is literally like grabbing him from the table, like, "Bro, we gotta go. You're tweaking all this, making a scene." He puts $10K down, loses, and just walks away.
Holy
Bro.
fuck.
I was sick for him.
It's
I was
make or
like,
break
bro,
city over there.
For
Yeah,
real.
that's
If I go
nuts.
with gambling money, it's like $100.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
trying
Yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying?
Two
Some
max,
play
bro.
money.
Like,
And that's it on if I know I'm gonna make rent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't got
we're starving artists out here.
Yeah, I
man.
don't got 10K to just be like double nothing.
Listen, I went to school for stats, and I know exactly all of those fucking like win rates. Don't play any of those games. Your
Oh,
best
to
be
bet
honest-
is literally to play fucking slots. Actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be honest, when the last time I went to the casino, I literally just sat because there's like a bar that has like video slots in front of you, and well, like games, but like slots, I guess, and you get free drinks for just playing. So I put like $5 in that machine, sat there for an hour and a half, wasted. It was perfect.
True.
I paid $5.
That's how you do Vegas. That's how you do
No,
Vegas.
it was nuts. Most places will give you free alcohol if you're betting.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. It was weird. He like gave us a tab at the end, and then like the person I was with was like, "Oh, you don't have to pay that." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, but like you can leave a tip for him if you want." And like I left a tip, and he was like, "Hey, have a great day." And I was like,
Nice.
"This is how it works."
Yeah.
It's weird because you can also smoke in casinos. I remember
Yes,
walking
dude.
inside and seeing somebody with a
Yes.
square.
There's
I
no
was
clocks.
like,
There's no
what are y'all
windows,
talking
bro.
about?
They don't want you to know what time it is.
Yeah.
Where you are.
Everyone's
It's like
smoking cigs
fog
and weed for that
inside,
matter.
removed
Inside.
from fucking reality. Like,
Yeah, and weed for that matter.
True.
yeah.
Vegas is definitely a twilight zone. It's
Bro, I'm trying to remember what
place.
it was called, but there was
It's
a
so
fucking,
much fun.
There was a documentary about this guy who learned how to like basically beat slot machines. Like it literally started with nigga with a quarter on a string type beat, and then eventually he was like hacking machines, like this and that, doing the most, and they eventually got his ass, but not before he got I think something like 50 mil from them or something
God
like that. So
dang.
it was kind of crazy,
So
but
what's
there is a
up?
hustle out there. We could be.
There are
you know,
people who live in Vegas who professionally gamble. That's
Yeah.
their like existence. They go to a casino and gamble. That's how they make their money.
Security in Vegas is like crazy though. Their AI technology and like facial recognition is
Wow.
the best in the world compared to like China being second. But they use that to like rate their citizens. If you litter, you get docked a point over there.
Damn.
Vegas is the same thing, but
I mean, Vegas, let's be real, it's a mob out there. They
Yeah.
got-
a boy's
Control.
a boy's trip to Vegas would be a movie.
I'm trying to
It
do
literally is. It's called Hangover.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a boy. I'm trying to do a boys trip to Hawaii. You went there. Now I'm like,
That was the other movie.
what's up with Hawaii?
Hawaii is what's up, but that ticket is crazy. It's like 900.
I'm trying to go on
per
a
ticket.
cruise. Like, here's the thing.
A cruise.
We could easily get on a cruise with like alcohol involved when they go on sale for like $600.
Yeah, $600-700, dude.
That's
But we
just
gotta
getting
get.
drunk.
That's like
we
a
gotta
week
get the
long, right?
all-inclusive.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
it's like
Yeah,
a weekend. It's like 3 days.
Okay.
No, actually, like
I've seen 7-day trips
there are
for
literally
like that
cruises
much.
that are cheaper than some hotels.
Yeah.
That's great. That's what I'm saying. We get to go to all these places. We get. It was funny. I went on a cruise once with my family, and they like are. I love them all, but they're like alcoholics. They won't see this, but I love them anyway. But they set like timers on their phones because you can
Whoa.
get a new drink like every like specific
5
amount of
minutes.
time. I think it's like 15 or something. But like, I would literally be like simultaneously, like a bunch of them would just start going off, and they'd be like, "Well, another drink."
Here we go.
He'd be like, "You want the rest of mine?" And I'm like,
The thing with me is that I feel like that's the right way to do it, though. Like, if you're on
Yeah, of
vacation,
course.
No,
fuck
for
all the
sure.
rules, fuck everything. Go be a degenerate
sure.
and have fun.
Yeah, dude. Get the all-inclusive. You know, get all the little excursions. Go crazy.
I don't know
Go
about
down
the
there.
excursions. Some of those are cool, but some of
I'm
them
trying to
I'm
go
like,
parasailing. I'm trying to go snorkeling.
I would go
cave
snorkeling.
I don't
riding,
even know how to
all
swim,
that
and I'm
shit.
down to
I
do
would
all
go
that.
snorkeling.
Yeah.
You can't swim.
No, I can, well, not like I could doggy paddle.
Don't be
Alright.
the blackest one in the room and not know how to swim.
I'm pure blood.
dude.
Pure blood.
Don't do that
I'm
to
just
us.
abiding by the rules of.
I got a little
universe.
Michael
Shit.
Phelps in me. I'm going.
Talking about a little.
Boy, Michael.
I'm swimming.
Who's
Hey,
the
listen.
Who's the strongest swimmer here?
Me. I just said it. I'm the baby Michael Phelps.
I don't know, Josh. I'd challenge you to a race.
Yeah,
I would
I feel
win.
like it'd be between you two. No shade.
Hey, I used to be
win.
a quick swimmer.
Okay.
If I did anything, it was swimming. Actually, like
Okay,
as a
okay.
kid.
Never
That's what I'm
So-
saying. I used to swim all the time.
I was on the swim team at my local pool, so
I can't say that, but I
learned
can say
technique, nigga.
I did swim lessons, and I used to go to church camp every year,
Oh, yeah?
and it was at Lake Michigan. So you're swimming in them lake currents every year.
Damn.
You got to be a strong swimmer.
Don't get me started on church camp, bro. I'll have a whole separate conversation.
Kumbaya,
Snooze Schmeat.
my lord.
Snooze topic.
New Schmeat. Yeah, for
No,
real.
but if we did take a cruise, we got to make sure we pick the right one, though. Because
Yeah.
Trying to go on that
heard,
Carnival Caribbean, baby.
I've just heard people get on like swingers cruises by accident, just
Whoa.
like because it's cheap, apparently.
well,
So
Well, I don't know if I have a problem.
well, I don't either personally, but some people might. Just
Who?
they had a beer pong tournament on the boat.
Are we entering?
Yo, hell yeah. What?
Yeah, it was lit. And if you won, you got like, I don't even remember, but it was pretty cool if you won.
Nice. That's a real.
I didn't get to
cool-
do it. I was 19. So.
Boo.
what?
And
I
you
thought
probably
international
win.
waters you would be. able
Yeah,
to-
but they still had like the rule where you had to be 21 plus to like play in it, or else I was
Whack.
bussing. My brother was 21 and I was 19.
Boy, as soon as I'm getting out into those international waters, I can drink now.
It's over.
Like,
They're putting you in the brig.
I mean,
bro.
I was and not the brig.
Straight to horny jail.
bro.
Plus, it's like there's pools everywhere. Like, really, you could just get drunk and lay out in the pool.
Exactly. That's all I did on my cruise was fucking
That's,
tequila and sitting in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And they showed movies.
yeah, they had
On the
movie
top
nights. It was
deck.
lit, bro.
Literally sitting here watching Jurassic World, Chris Pratt going nuts in the hot tub with the fucking cold drink.
That sounds
It was,
amazing.
It was incredible. And then
So-
Dehydrating.
Caribbean,
Wow.
you come out with cigars and shit. I'm on the boat with a stogie.
I think
and
as a
shit,
gift
literally
for
just
Half House.
nuts.
I think as a gift for Half House for at the end of 2023, we should get ourselves a cruise,
Absolutely.
and we can bring the music gear
And
make
we'll
a
use
sick
it-
boat album.
And we'll use the
Bro.
money from the Half House account.
Shoot, if we have money
Write it
like
off.
that.
If we had all the money.
Yeah,
A
imagine,
business.
This
was
is a
it
business
trip?
lunch. That's 3 or 4 days.
Write it off.
No, I mean you could dead ass write off travel expenses as a bit. If it's like, if we're going as Half House, we could technically write it off.
Right.
But
What if we do like a single performance in the dining room one night, and we'll call it
Bro.
like a work expense?
Half House next year,
That
we
would
just
be-
move onto a boat. It's Sweet Life on deck. with us.
Half House on deck.
Half House
just-
on deck.
We're just performers
That's hard.
on
Shut the
boat.
fuck up.
Half House up next, y'all.
If everybody
Shoot.
agreed to doing that, I would easily move
Oh, dude, I'm
everything
going
to a boat.
straight to the boat.
1 year.
Are you
Hell
kidding me?
yeah.
I
Just
know
to
it's-
travel, like-
yeah, just cut like not forever, but it'd be
A year,
a cool
Nice
job.
little-
Yeah.
What's it called? A residency?
Yeah, residency.
Just do a nice little residency.
You would get off that boat with sea legs, though.
Yeah.
It would take you like months to
Heck
feel
yeah.
normal on land, I think.
You'd try to sleep at night and shit would be wavy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'd be whoa.
Not the good type.
Bro, you ever been on them boats when the waves start hitting hard? Like
Yeah.
hard.
Nah.
The whole cruise ship, like
A
a
jet
cruise
ski,
ship
but not
size
a
ship
boat.
start. Ooh, that shit was during dinner, bro. I'm sitting here like
Well,
about to vomit everywhere.
Damn.
That shit is nuts.
it definitely took me like 2 days to get used to. But they got courts on the boat too.
Basketball?
Yeah, they had like courts. It was
Tennis,
How would-
Is it
basketball.
netted up? Like there's a net around for your
Yeah.
brick?
Yes.
Your air ball?
Yeah, it's like a netted court.
Oh,
for sure.
nice.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, how would the ball not like
No,
slip
it's
off
netted.
the
Right.
deck? Like,
We need another one.
literally. There's just a trail of basketballs following
Actually, a tenth of the weight of the ship is just the basketball storage. For the
So
bad
somebody
hoopers.
just hit the lottery, the $1 billion lottery, right?
No
Finally,
They're after taxes. I think they got 700 million somewhere around there.
Jesus.
What are you doing if you get that money, dude? First of all, actually, let's start. Would you do the what is it, monthly, weekly payout, or are you doing the
It's lump sum all
bulk
day.
lump sum?
Every time I like get into my I'm gonna start playing the lottery.
Yeah.
I always look at videos and they're always like, yeah, you get more money technically in the long run, but the lump sum, like obviously you can just do a fuck ton more
Yeah.
with it. You can get all your payouts out of the way. You don't have to worry about because there are gonna be people that ask you for money, of course. And there are people you should definitely give money to. If you're a fucking millionaire.
Almost a billionaire.
Literally
almost a billionaire.
700.
You're one good investment of $2 million that won't even hurt you to being a billionaire.
But to be honest, you want to know the real thing?
What's up?
If I ever won the lottery, I'm disappearing. Like,
Exactly.
I'm like, you
I'm
guys will
gone.
not hear from me.
Like,
Damn.
we,
For like,
even your
for like
closest
6. Yeah, no, it's 6 months to a
family
year.
too. You're not
Oh,
telling
I'm not
family?
talking to anybody. I'm talking to my lawyer and the
Right.
wall. Because trust me when I say that there are so many horror stories of people like either just flaunting their new wealth and getting caught out.
Yeah.
Like
You don't gotta flaunt
people
it, but
like
throw a brother
having
100K.
family.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's
Throw a brother
a Range Rover or
100K
something before you did,
before
bro.
you
What-
bounce on God.
Like you're getting it after it's settled, right? After I
Right.
get all the lawyer shit figured
I
out.
gotta work another year.
Yep. Be
God
patient,
damn it.
motherfucker.
Hell
want the
no.
money
That's why
or not?
That's why people show up to
Damn.
sign like their paperwork all masked up and stuff. I saw somebody sign his paperwork in a scream mask and like
Yep.
a shiesty. It's like, damn, it's that deep.
Yeah,
People
I mean,
will
there are
come
literally
rob
people
you.
who watch those winnings all day and like, not to be like, niggas gonna
Yeah.
come after them, but
But-
like,
Niggas always niggas.
if you live in the hood and you win the lottery, you still live in the hood until you move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would do the not the lump sum, whatever the like annual or bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is, because if you give me $700 million, immediately putting half of it to the side to play with. Like I'm buying myself a 747. I am getting the best mansion. And the rest of it's going straight to investments. But like even then, what, $300 million is enough to set me and my family and anybody in my circle that I care about for.
I'd be talking.
Generations.
I would be
Yeah.
talking to Charles Schwab, if you will.
Talking about Charles Schwab.
Bro, you give me $700 million.
H&R Block. We are
dead.
setting
H&R
ourselves
Block.
up.
No,
I'm
you're
dead,
not
like,
going to H&R
immediately.
Block. You are getting a very highly vetted lawyer. First of all, like
You
an
talking about
attorney.
H&R
Yeah,
Block?
right.
Like you're trying to get your W-2 signed and shit, nigga.
I don't
Like,
know. I'm just naming off commercials. Let's see.
He said he's gonna go to the Wells Fargo.
If I've learned anything in financial industry, it's most people with commercials. If you see them on like spending money on commercials, that's money they're not spending on services for people.
Commercials are advertising to like average Joes who sit and watch TV. Like that's why you never see Lamborghini commercials and shit, because
Yeah.
Oh,
those people, the people who buy Lamborghinis aren't watching TV.
well.
They're making money.
I need to stop watching
Working.
TV.
Yeah, so I need to. Whoa. They're keeping us here. We're
Yeah.
never getting out.
Okay, what about you two? Lump sum, Whip and Alan.
I need
not
the-
Whip. I'm sorry, Mouse and Alan.
What is the monthly payment? Like, what am I getting monthly?
It's
It's
like-
like $100,000
It's-
a month for the rest of your life.
It's
or
whatever it is split into.
Yeah, it's whatever it is split over, I think, 30 years
Yeah.
monthly. And you'd
That-
pay way less taxes that way, but
I'd do that.
something. Yeah.
Because, like, in that case, even if, like, someone did, like, no, I won and came to kill me, like, I'll still get these payments to, like, my family, you know? Like, I would
Yeah.
never have, like, 70-something million at a time. And, like, also, I'm bad at spending money. And I could help people, like, we could all slowly figure our shit out together, you know? It wouldn't just be, like...
you
Because,
could
like, I
always-
feel like I gotta learn a little bit, too, on how to be rich. Like, I can't just, like... Next day, wake
Yeah.
up with 7 million. I'll do something dumb.
Here's the thing, you can always take the lump sum and put it in a trust still. It's just a matter of like, is the trust controlled by the federal government or is the trust controlled by an
Is
attorney?
it trustworthy?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd
You have options.
I'd shit my pants. I just don't know what I would do because
Yeah.
it probably won't ever happen.
Yeah, it definitely won't. But I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just
You'd have to.
I would just-
They literally put your name on the internet.
not if you decide not to.
Yeah, you can
Really,
say
you can
anonymous.
Yes.
say that you can be
Yeah.
anonymous.
I would just stay anonymous and be like, "Hey, what do you need help with? I got a little something on the side." I'm only sending out like max 5,000 though, because if I send out more than that, then you know I got it.
I wouldn't tell you guys. You guys would just come home one day and like this whole back room would be demolished and like built into something like way bigger and better. We'd have like the whole backyard. We'd have like a concert venue outside. I'd be like, "What's up, guys? Yeah, tips are really good this week.
He just buys
These
out.
bartending tips just keep coming."
He just buys out this slot, the next slot, and the next like 5.
I would buy
lots.
that house and this house for sure.
No question.
Man, let me tell. I already have a plan, bro. If
All
I
right,
ever
what are you
like,
doing with the money now? I know if you're getting the lump sum or the like.
The lump sum. I'm getting the lump sum, and I am buying probably good 100 acres, and just developing. Like first for my homies, get all like everything you could ever want for Half House. That's what I would do. Like
Yeah.
housing all the niggas in
I
one
need
spot.
salary.
You know what I'm saying?
I need that salary
yeah, you
paycheck.
get salary. You get. Fuck you talking about? I'm a millionaire at that
Right.
point. Like,
I need
You
health
get a salary
insurance.
for being a homie.
Right.
yeah.
The homie salary.
All I'm saying is like,
Drake
believe
does
me,
that.
y'all would be set up, but you won't hear from me for like a year.
I don't like that. I don't
Why
like
not?
I think I'm more worried about not hearing from you for a year than the money. Because I'm
Well, the
like,
thing is
he
we all
alive?
know
Is my
if
nigga
David
okay?
If David disappeared, like he wouldn't do that.
I feel like I'd
So
probably.
like if we saw him
Yeah.
disappear, we would just have to assume that this nigga won the lottery.
Literally.
I would.
If I disappear, it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Either that or I've been kidnapped.
I think I'd move us out of the U.S. I'd attempt to convince us. Like I have the money, can go literally
But why?
anywhere else, like better than here.
Yeah. Easily. I mean,
But
after
why?
Like there are nominally better places to live, but as a black person, and as you know what I'm saying, just like when you get all the factors in there,
Yeah.
America is a great place to live. You know, even despite all of its many various flaws.
Fine. We'll live in rural America.
Rural America?
Rural. I'm talking. We have no neighbors for miles.
this dude's
Okay,
gonna buy.
it's got to be a
Mattoon.
fortress then.
yeah,
bro.
so we're building the compound.
We're building
Yeah.
a comp. Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay.
Half
The
house
Last of
compound.
Us.
Last of Us. Yeah, we're ready.
I mean, if we're really
Everybody
millionaires,
knows.
we're setting ourselves up for the apocalypse. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I need bomb
We're
shelters.
building a commune, and we're gonna get people in there who know how to
Sick.
grow food. We're
Get
gonna
a
be sick.
silo.
anyway.
All right. What are you spending
I
your money
definitely-
on? What's the first thing you're buying, Josh?
First thing I'm buying
Yeah.
is nothing. Before I bought myself something nice, I'd probably make sure like all of my finances and like
Debts. You want
Yeah,
to pay
like,
off all your debts.
I was gonna
first.
say like
Yeah.
mine, my family's, like probably if I made 7 and then I'm like all your all's families and you guys, and then I'd probably have like I don't know what y'all debt is, but it can't be more than 700 million.
Yeah.
Hell no.
So,
That'd be a problem.
I'd have
Yeah, dude,
significant.
you'd still have like 600 million.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
have-
even think
you'd
we
have
all have
Even
a
100
I was gonna say, I
$699
think-
million.
Literally.
Unless there's something that like people aren't telling me, I think that we could get away with spending like max 2 mil on like debts.
Yeah.
That's not. I'll be honest. With the amount of people you think you could spend money on, you'd really have to reach to try and spend $2 million on people's
Yeah.
debts, unless you know some really broke ass niggas.
Right now, I know even just school, my debt altogether, school, car, everything's about 10K.
Yeah, same. Like,
Yeah, like,
I think I have like 5K worth of
and
debt.
that's like
I'd probably go.
nothing compared to that.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I'd probably give like.
Okay, fuck
like
the
50
morality.
mil.
What are you doing for yourself?
Yeah. What are you balling out on? Like, what is your like? I have.
Wow, this
Fuck
man,
around money,
This a
you know what I'm
man
saying?
with a good heart. He's over here struggling, trying to.
Like, is it a car? Is it a house? Is it a vacation?
For sure, like I would
Is it-
buy like I'd upgrade all my things
Yeah,
to be
but
nicer.
like, what's like your? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's your number one like?
What's your-
Shoes. I'm a
probably
sneaker guy. I'm getting
you.
all the sneakers
Your
I've
shoes.
ever wanted ever.
Hell yeah.
I would probably like
Literally.
Mike Dean it and just like build like this massive nut studio that has
Okay.
like crazy speakers and subs and
Yeah.
it'd
That's
be
$1 million studio
Yeah.
right there. I mean, hey,
But
if
I'd-
you make
I'd drop-
$700 million,
But I'd drop like 10 million on like 10 of them bitches in the same compound. Like we just have a
Every
record.
producer has their
Yeah.
own studio.
I was gonna say
like
you
that.
go. Everyone have their own studio. We'd have one big studio that's like the the main
Communal.
one.
Yeah.
But like every producer would have their own studio. Then we could like really hire producers on. My probably is half house. Like I guess that's not really me, but it is like I'd probably just put it all into that
I like that.
as much as I could, at least without like having nothing.
because here's the thing, right? You make $700 million,
Yeah.
you don't have to work ever, so you literally are just now investing into your passion project.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, if I had that much money, I'd invest into what I love to do. So I'd just build a super nice studio, and I'd probably build like programs for kids to learn how to
True,
produce
no.
in school.
Okay, Mother Teresa.
Honestly,
But beyond
No,
all-
for real. I
but
have
yeah,
the money.
nah, dude,
I can
that's-
buy
this
you
is him.
computers. I
This
can
is
buy
him,
you.
yeah. If
I
it
can
were
buy you
me-
computers. I can buy you the equipment you need to have producing classes in schools.
For
I
sure.
would probably do that
sure.
in some places.
Sick nasty.
If it were me, I would do all that. After all that, like morality shit, I'm definitely buying hella mines that like just mine cobalt, lithium back in the motherland, getting right there, and then with the rest of the money, I'm buying a jet. The nicest
Yeah, I mean,
plane
I have
that
a
I can
fucking
fly
plane, for
wherever I
sure.
can. Yeah, wherever I can go. I'm Taylor Swift. I'm flying from like
I have a
here
plane
to
and a helicopter.
Canopy. Yeah.
For sure.
Why?
Why not?
Helicopter to get around the United States, and a plane if I want to go international.
Listen, even if you have $700 million, you cannot afford a jet. You cannot afford a private jet.
Stop.
You can.
There's
I wouldn't
no
get
way.
a private jet. I just get a plane.
That's the same fucking thing.
That's a private jet.
You could get
Unless
a
you're
plane
talking about
for
The plane
like,
that you own is a private jet.
Unless you're talking about you like buy like a 787 or something, loan it out to Ryanair, and then use it for yourself here and there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's one
yes,
thing.
I would buy a plane for a pilot, and he'd be our pilot, and then
That's not what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying.
No, dude, no,
It's
no,
too
no.
expensive.
That's not.
There's no way. Why?
That
bro,
is a-
upkeep, holding, jet fuel, staff.
Okay,
you gotta-
theoretically,
It's like a
I'm investing.
$6-7 million a year investment to just maintain a plane.
Okay,
That's why
so
I have
for like
these
5
mods.
years, I have a plane, and also
You wanna spend all
I would
your money on a
invest.
plane?
Yeah, and I would invest too.
Okay, probably not buy, but I'd have a company that knows me and is like, anytime I call, they got that shit ready for me.
If I had that much
GTA.
money,
Go
Yeah.
first class, bro. You
If
have
I had that much
First
money,
class, you saw what they did to OBJ.
I don't give a fuck.
I give a fuck.
Stop being belligerent, then,
That's the
OBJ. Damn.
He was asleep.
No, I
He
saw the
wasn't
body
even-
cam footage.
No, he was only belligerent after somebody else like was a white man was being belligerent towards him.
Oh, okay.
On MLK, you're really finna do this?
I
MLK.
don't care what race you are. If you're a dick, you're a dick, bro.
Yeah,
He
dude,
was
come on.
sleeping though.
Bro,
I haven't
asked
seen
him
it.
to
I have
buckle
nothing.
up,
I have no
G.
say.
it's
I
a
woke
plane.
him up, told him to buckle up, and he got mad about it.
But then they were like, "Take your seatbelt off." In the
Because they were
video.
taking him out the plane. At that
But
point,
if
you're
you
off.
put it on,
Like,
just chill. Like, I don't know. I feel like they did him bogus, but
Bro could
that's
have-
a whole-
Done this, just click, and he would have been fine. Literally, it would have been so easy.
Yeah.
Visually, David just clicked the seatbelt.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been on a plane where like there was a confrontation between people or like the?
I've definitely been on a plane where like a baby was crying for like a majority of the flight, and then somebody was like, "Can you shut that fucking baby up?" And then the like woman started like arguing with him a bit, and then it was weird. But like, you can't really stop a baby from crying.
Yeah, that's crazy of that dude to say that.
No, I think there should be a fee that you pay to ride on a flight with no babies.
Well, a no baby
A
flight.
no baby flight.
I see that. Yeah.
Because, first of all,
Or like
where are these kids going? Where are you taking these kids? Why are these kids in the air?
Yeah.
Like, ain't nowhere this kid need to go that bad. He don't even remember. If he can't stop crying, he don't remember where he's gonna go to.
No, for sure. I would never fly with. First of all, I don't even want children. But second of all, on my way to Hawaii, bro, there was this mom with like 3 kids. She had like 5 luggages with her by herself. I felt bad. I asked her.
Dang.
I literally asked to help her, and she was like, "No, I got it." But it was a whole like, I'm good on kids. I'd rather adopt like a 17-year-old than just like 1 year in. And
That's
then
a
with you
point,
now.
bro. Like,
Right, bro.
that's
Leave
a
that kid
movie.
alone
There's
then, bro.
definitely
That's a
definitely
TV show.
17-year-old out there that needs like a fatherly figure.
CP and
Like,
his 17-year-old white adopted kid.
Why? Are you kidding?
Da da da.
That's crazy.
It's CP and
My black
Jeff.
son. My black son.
That
Anyway.
boy finna be African.
Yeah, my name's Steve. I'm from the Congo.
Well, my father's
you
from
can't
the
change
Congo,
their name,
but
can you? At 17?
No, you can't. At 17,
Dang.
you have a whole identity. in that
Right.
fucking-
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Right.
At 17, they're probably gonna pull up, hate you, steal from you, kill you in your sleep, and get on their merry way.
Honestly, the oldest you kind of
Sheesh.
need to foster kids is like 12, 13.
Yeah,
After that, it's kind of
they
honestly
could go get a job.
not like go get a job, but
No,
like
not like, but like they have like
the mental capacity is
to be by themselves.
yeah.
damn near. Like you interfering with them is gonna be like annoying to them in most cases.
At that point, they just need a place to sleep with people that aren't going to bother them, that can respect the
I'm-
kid.
yeah.
and it's-
I'm holding on to my vision. 17-year-old.
Don't take this the wrong
Get
way
out,
if
bro.
you were adopted past 13. We're not saying that your parents weren't wonderful people or whatever, but it's just like the status quo, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure there are plenty of cases where people have been adopted at 17.
Do not sing High School
I'm
Musical,
not
Josh.
dealing with no
I do what I
children,
want. I
man.
do what I want.
I mean, hey,
I'm good.
yeah,
Are you guys good with kids?
no.
I'm
I've
very
never
good with kids.
babysat kids. I never hung out with my cousin's kids. It was none of that, bro. Like,
I used to be very keen on the single mothers, and very quickly
That's so
got my
lame.
stepfather game up.
Whoa.
So I'm
You want
great
fruit
around
snacks?
kids. Like
Nice.
hey, buddy.
I'm definitely looking to have like 3 kids in the future.
She talking
sure,
about,
for sure.
oh,
Yeah.
my kid's soccer game's at 3 and I totally forgot I'm supposed to be on their snack duty today. Can you please grab some Hi-C oranges from the store? I'm on it.
That was a little too wordy, a little too elaborate. Why don't we try to shorten it down.
Showed
this
up
time?
to the game. Who's that? That's my dad. You start crying. It's all emotional
Dad's
now.
here.
Listen,
You're
I don't
hooked.
want to say I'm not making any illusions here. Extrapolate how you want to. But if anybody needs to be having kids right now, it's people like us.
Oh, most,
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Not to be
Like-
like I want to have kids, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, people like us are the people least likely to have kids.
Here's the thing.
It's
But-
like idiocracy, man. Like the
Yeah.
dumb people are the ones who have 20, 30 kids, and the
Right.
smart people are the ones who wait until they're like too old to even be good, like
Right.
authentic parents,
Yep.
because they want to save money to provide like the real lifestyle for their kid. Then you get like half the population just turned into morons. Good movie, by the way. Shout out
Yeah.
Terry Crews.
True.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I feel like I have to keep things equal, so I have to bring like at least one, or if not 2 kids to level out the fact that when I die, there's like more like
The replacement is 2.
open-minded kids, like in the next generation, because I gave them 2 more to my one. You know.
Yeah,
Interesting.
technically, if every person replaces themselves, like the replacement is like everyone would have to have 2.1 kids, I think, in America. You know, numbers
Easy.
wise.
I'm not.
I'll give him 2.5.
Yeah,
Easy.
you having half a kid.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dwarf. I mean, shit.
Whoa.
Okay, next topic. What we got? What we got?
Well, let's see. On the topic of family, did you guys hear about that dad in California that drove off a cliff with his family?
And they lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that, dude. He's going to jail.
What are y'all doing? Like,
In the car?
imagine that Christmas.
You're, Dad, what the fuck? He's like, shit.
Can't even lie. Thought we'd all be dead right now.
Bro, I mean, at that point, you literally tried to kill yourself and your whole family. Like,
Yeah.
what can you say other than,
Right.
sorry, I fucked up, guys.
Yeah.
Died.
Oh, you're not.
My bad.
Like, if you say sorry, if the first thing out of your mouth to me is sorry, I'm smacking you in the face. Like you need to
Well,
have some
don't get it
different
twisted.
words.
If you drive me off a cliff, I'm beating your ass. It doesn't matter if you were sorry or not.
He
You just
said,
tried to kill
I'm
me.
sorry.
You tried to kill me.
Sorry. Are you kidding me, bro? No.
That's literally trauma for life.
I'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah,
Not only
the brakes
did your dad
stopped.
try to kill himself, but tried to kill you, and then
Right.
the trauma of just simply falling from cliffs.
And
I'm
near-death
not getting in a
experience.
car for the next like 10 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not unless I'm driving, and then barely.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I feel like you just get triggered by like heights at that point. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Get
Like, you
triggered
couldn't-
by dads.
by men, to be honest.
You
Yeah.
couldn't go to a bar. You see too
You'd
many
be like,
dads.
it'd be like, oh, let me drive. And you're like, no.
Exactly.
The bus driver's a man. You're like, I have to transfer.
I'll wait for the next one.
Christ.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I'm
spooky.
glad they survived though. That's-
Yeah.
No, I mean, good for them that they survived, but holy fuck, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
therapy
Yeah.
that needs
for
to be
sure.
state mandated at that point. I feel
Sure.
like.
You think the mom gets to keep custody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where else they gonna go?
Yeah.
Well,
She didn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
She didn't do anything
what's
but
the
sit in those
situation look
ass
like?
I hope they
Yeah.
weren't like 17. Nobody's getting adopted. So
Come on.
Damn, bro.
Holy fuck.
We just started this podcast.
Yeah, imagine mom's the only one that dies.
what else is going on?
Imagine the kids, the only ones.
In Louisiana, now you got to verify your
Censored,
identity
censored.
with like your license if you want to get on an adult site.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw that
saw
shit.
that
That's
shit,
fucking creepy as shit,
It
dude.
is. I'm not putting my face up there for that.
I think it's gonna target like LGBTQ people and shit, like,
I mean,
or like, I don't know. It's just fucking state. It's so like 1984.
Yeah.
you know, like
the Republican platform at this point is like queer panic,
Yeah.
and like, and it's like Puritanism and some real like 1850 shit. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Like, I don't know what their strategy is. Their base gets smaller by the year, and I don't know. I think porn is controversial. Obviously, there's people with a lot of opinions. It's very nuanced.
For sure.
But if we are a country that prides itself on its liberties, then requiring people to basically identify themselves with what kinks they might have
Right.
or what their porn history is very very autocratic.
Overall,
Agreed.
it's really messed up. I hope we all agree.
Hell yeah.
We spent so much time talking about cruises. We're trying to get through all the topics like snap, snap, snap.
We're flying. What time are we at? Let's see.
Pulling up on 6:30 now.
We're at 34 minutes.
That's not bad.
Not at all. Nice little pod. Yeah. Let's see. In honor, have you guys seen the MLK statue from? I
Oh,
don't know, somewhere?
the embrace.
Yeah.
That shit is
Dumb.
Yeah,
10
dumb.
million.
dumb, dumb, dumb.
Dude,
Jeez.
it looks like a penis that MLK's hand is holding up.
Oh no.
Oh my god, no.
I
A
haven't
certain
seen
angle,
it.
I thought it looked like somebody eating puss, like
Yeah.
legs over the head. You know what I'm saying?
No way.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up a picture of this.
Whoever-
one.
Literally
Fucking
from the
greenlit
right
this.
angle, it looks like somebody is eating box.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Whoever greenlit that needs to be put in jail, black jail.
Talking about black.
Black jail for
'Cause
sure.
I need my reparations for that.
fucking time.
Yes, bro.
You're
I need-
joking,
Yes.
bro.
It's like apparently
Let me see
based
that
off
hoe.
a
Let me
famous
see that
photo of them, like of MLK and his wife.
Yeah.
The
But-
the reveal was crazy. They pulled the curtain off and it was just silence.
They thought they were
big
gonna
ass
see him
guy.
standing like the Statue of Liberty. They did not know he was going to be given.
I know
mad
people
glug.
standing at the right angle were like, "Oh, it's so beautiful," and then those people at the wrong angle were like, "Yo."
What?
Yeah,
Cover
half
your
the
kids'
people are
eyes.
like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah, they
thing?"
did him bogus.
Yeah, I
on
can't
this
believe
day.
that.
Oh,
I thought that was going to be a good idea.
Bro. That's what I'm saying.
Angle's
That
the
thing-
worst for sure.
Buddy
This
is
angle's the worst.
slinging like.
That's the worst angle.
No.
If y'all don't know, we're looking at the picture right now.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Yeah.
You'll know what
Get
we're
it from every angle because
Yeah.
there's really only one angle that works.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's
Like
this one. This is the one angle that works.
Yeah.
And it still looks like he's giving glug
it still
glug.
looks kind of sussy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Listen,
It's not it.
10 million. Y'all messed up.
What's it made
I
out
could
of?
have gave that to the Boys and Girls Club. Like,
at that point, paint
Yeah.
a mural.
That's the
please.
Jungle Gym.
Please.
You know, mural would go crazy. Actually, a lot cheaper too.
No one has ever
than
been
a $10
like,
million bust of somebody
Please
eating
stop.
puss.
please stop giving these starving artists ideas.
nobody. I wonder who made it. I really do. But nobody's ever given a fuss about a super nice mural
No, at all.
ever. But a statue, you could have saved yourself millions. Let me build that shit at this point. Let me
Solid
design it.
10. All right. Let's do our last topic for the evening.
Drum roll, please.
What we got?
Like this will be a long one. Toxic masculinity.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, we're gonna get deep.
Oh, I have so much to say, but
I'll
I'll
be back.
let you guys start.
Where you go?
All right, we're starting with
Yes, I'll
that.
be back.
All right.
We're starting with that.
I'm having a pissing contest.
Go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts on toxic masculinity because I have a very, I guess you could say, prepared. Take,
I like that. I like that.
But
I only like that because you've thought about it. There's a lot of people who don't even think about it, and it's like those are toxic people. I feel majority of the time, I should say. My take on it is that it's weird. And I don't buy into it, right? I'll be in a room full of guys who really like want to be. It's like those alpha dog podcasts, right? Like Andrew Tate type energy, slightly Joe Rogan. I'm like, y'all want to be such badasses that you like genuinely lose sight of what it's like to be a person and a human being, and how to take care of the people in your circle. If I'm in a room, right? Let me stop. I've been in these rooms where like dudes are just fighting to speak or like talking over one another and not listening, and it's like, bro, I get what you got to say, but like sit down real quick, shut the fuck up and listen to somebody else. And I think that's like, for me, it's a measure of like true one of the characteristics it takes to be a good man. Let me say that much.
Mousepad, what's up? Yeah, toxic masculinity. I mean, it's everywhere. It's kind of one of those things that's like, I don't want to put it in a box with that, but it's kind of like racism. Like, no matter how hard you want to like stop it, there's always like it's something you see off of appearance, like first sight, right?
Yeah.
Is like gender and race, like, or sex and race, like, So it's like, yeah, it sucks for sure. It sucks. It's really annoying too.
Are there any like? Is there anything that kind of spurs this, or is this just like the entire toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
Are there?
Like,
I want to keep it open because there's so many different attributes, nuances to it, and so it's like open floor.
Okay.
I think we're just going around. So
Yeah. Well, I'll just say, I think that masculinity isn't inherently toxic, but there are a lot of toxic things that have been like disguised as masculinity because of patriarchy. There are a lot of things that men need to do to unlearn a lot of like behaviors that are just genuinely toxic. And, I think that everybody is kind of on their own to unlearn them. You can't force anybody to think any kind of way, and I kind of realized that dealing with racism is like, you can't teach anybody to not be the way they want to be unless they don't want to be that way. So it's something that, you try to recognize and you try to call out when you see it, but at the same time, it's not something that you can like force stop, if that makes sense.
I was just gonna say, it's just like, I like, really, I guess, like, it's when it's deciding on like, oh, the way this person's like, dressing is blah blah blah, the way this person is, has their hair, blah blah blah. Oh, you have armpit hair, gross. Blah. Like, I'm like, okay, guys, do you have armpit hair? I just think everybody out here is trying to be human.
Right.
It's like, if you're not gonna do it, how are you gonna tell somebody else that they can't do that either?
yeah, I think you guys hit on a lot of the points that I was going to hit on. So I'll just kind of say that the patriarchy, and you can feel how you want to about that term. It's a very loaded term, but the patriarchy does affect everybody. Like, it's not just women; it is men too. It forces us, to be. It forces us into a provider role. It forces us into a very gender specific way we're supposed to be. Right. I think part of the goal of analyzing toxic masculinity for me is to realize, like, masculinity is made up as much as gender is,
Yeah.
as much as,
Yeah, true.
any culture is made up of just the things that we decide it is. So, if we're analyzing toxic masculinity, if we're analyzing masculinity as a concept, we kind of have to just leave room for people to just express themselves however they want to. And, I think as long as you're being respectful to the way that people present themselves. I think a lot of people assume you have to conform almost. Like, I feel like toxic masculinity also, to me, is about like a bit of conformism. Like, you have to be a man. You have to be this type of man.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck with that. I think there's 8 damn billion people on this planet, so to say that there's one way to be a man is very barbaric.
Talk that talk, my boy.
Yes.
Genuinely, I do agree with what you're saying. Have you guys ever been in a room or a space where you've experienced that like toxic masculinity coming from a different person, or have you ever been the toxic one and realized, oh, I'm doing a little too much, I need to dial it back?
What kind of question is that?
It's an exposing question. We're airing shit out.
I feel like every person has been in the room with toxic men, and every man has been a toxic man at any point, at some point in their life.
100%.
Like, you don't learn without making mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, even if we're not as toxic now, like, we're still men in the same sense that, like, white people are like Black Lives Matter, and then they go to bed at night, and it's like we're like Black Lives Matter, but then we're like scared still. It's like
We all exist
we're like
in the same
we're like
system.
we're with you, women, but at the end of the day, we still have like that little privilege of just not having to deal with it.
All right. How about
like
this?
up front like that?
Did you have something to add? How about this? Have you guys ever been in a space where you've experienced it, try to go the whatever route you felt was, just, and had to give in because that's the game, right? Because you guys are talking about that's the game, that's the way the world works, this, that, and the third. So sometimes you feel like you have to give into that game and be toxic in order to win, or are you going to stay true to yourself?
I've only given in when there's like a clear and present danger to myself. When
Okay.
it's about like preserving my not being injured for a night,
Yeah.
I'll take that over.
Yeah, if I'm in a room full of like Chads who I think are gonna beat my ass if I don't laugh at
Well,
their sexist joke, I'm probably gonna crack a chuckle. But like, yeah,
I mean, it's like, and it's too. I've never been thankfully been in a situation where I feel like I've had to like protect someone necessarily. But I know
Yeah.
there are plenty of people who have had that scenario, and yeah, I have thankfully never had to like intervene, like
Yeah.
I guess,
Okay.
in a scenario like that.
So for you, what I'm hearing is that you're definitely staying true to yourself, except in a situation where there's like an immediate danger to you.
Yeah, it's like obviously like I'm gonna try and preserve life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like it's a weird, obviously very I guess you could call it a hypothetical scenario.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just try and speak my piece when I can.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I was gonna say, and it's all about just trying to keep true to yourself at the end of the day.
True.
Like sometimes it's hard, but you got to know yourself more than anybody else to get through any type of situations, So
It's like-
it's just weird, and it's also about just surrounding yourself with the right people, right? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
True.
I'm not gonna go purposely surround myself around people that I feel are like toxic men. I've got
Yeah.
some toxic men in my life. Don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of them out there. But for the most part, I think that I surround myself pretty well with non-toxic men. So
Gang.
for the most part,
So if I get anything out of this, if I had to give advice to like any youngin out there that's struggling as a man, or trying to figure out what it is that what masculinity is as a man, is just being true to yourself, and like you don't have to give up what you believe in to like. Don't surround yourself with those goofies, basically, long story short. As I feel like my dad and like a lot of older men have told me this over the years, but whenever you're younger, it's harder to really internalize that and understand what they mean. But long story short, just be true to yourself. If you're kicking it with your boys and for some reason you feel like people are seeing them as less masculine, don't let that get to your head. Don't whatever, stay true to yourself, because in the long run you'll be much happier and it'll pay off.
I would say if you're a young man and you're trying to figure out your masculinity, stop. Because you're already using the wrong vocabulary in the sense of trying to find your masculinity. You just want to find yourself as a person. Naturally what you like will come to you, but it's not necessarily it's not being, trust me, finding yourself is not the end of the line once you're like, I'm a masculine man. You know what I'm saying? That's actually 2% of the real worry about who you are as a person is, am I masculine enough? At a certain age, you know what I'm saying? As a young kid, all you want to do is be masculine because you look like a baby, and everyone tells you look like a baby. But at a certain age, everybody looks masculine, So it's what are we on? There's so much more to us now than just, I want to be older. Yeah. You're older now. So figure out who you are as early as you can without sacrificing the fact of things you like because it's not masculine enough.
Word. Alan, you got anything to add to right now?
So I liked what Josh said about kind of just finding your identity. I think something that I struggled with as a young man was kind of finding my masculinity, especially as a black man, because it's something kind of like a weird way that black men have a significant identity crisis when it comes to masculinity because of how they were demasculated for so long in American history, and that's a whole other story. But so growing up, my idea of masculinity was tough, fighting, holding your own, and not letting anybody punk you and shit like that. But I don't believe that's the end-all be-all of masculinity. I think that was just a misguided attempt to kind of boost my self-confidence or, hide insecurities or something like that. So I think a lot of young men probably go through that same thing. And if I could give any advice to them, it would be to, like we're saying, just continue to be true to yourself and find the identity that is truly you rather than conforming to predetermined, social status quos of what a person who looks like you do, should act like.
Yep.
That was really the way that my black identity tied into my masculine identity, because black men aren't supposed to cry and they aren't supposed to, they're supposed to fight when they're down and, shit like that. So, that's the advice I would give to a young kid going through masculinity crisis. Is just to kind of focus on your interests and who you want to be rather than who the world sees you as.
Can I jump in here and just
Absolutely.
say all of this is making me remember, and this is a little niche. There was this whole discourse on Twitter. Maybe a couple weeks ago about what do we do for young men, right? What do we do as quote unquote personally leftists? What do we do for men? Because there are all these Ben Shapiro's, Andrew Tate's, Tucker Carlson's for young men on the right, and they're kind of the only voice, I guess you could say, of quote unquote masculinity, because I guess masculinity on the left is kind of a dirty word almost. So it's what do we do for these young kids, as to try and turn them away from being, ingrained in and turned into more of the same, I guess. I don't really know what the solution is personally.
Me either, but that is a good topic. You definitely.
It's a very interesting question too.
Yeah, definitely planted a seed.
Mm-hmm. Once you said it out loud, it made so much more sense, because you get on TikTok too and you see, these Andrew Tates and these I got a Bugatti, Logan Paul. I'm fighting this is what a man's supposed to look like. You're supposed to be a provider. You're never supposed to. You know how many TikToks I've seen recently that's I knew my relationship was over the first time I cried in front of my girl.
Whoa.
I've seen that
those.
I've seen that
That's
so often
insane.
recently, and I'm like, man, it really fucked me up because like that's when I knew that like my girl really fucked with me was the first time I felt like I could cry in front of her.
Word.
You know, so like it sucks that so many young men in this day and age of like social media are seeing these messages constantly, just like forced fed, you know,
Yeah.
to them, and so that's really the idea that they have. And so it is it does beg the question of how do we reverse that? You know, how do we get good examples of like masculinity or just like examples of like it doesn't have to be masculine, but just some face to give these young
Yo.
boys that they relate to, you know, that they can say, oh, like it's normal to feel the way I feel.
Yo.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like, and unfortunately, it's just that the right wing is much more effective at targeting, you know,
Yeah.
and not to be too pointed, but I feel like it's like they're targeting, you know, young white men who are disaffected. A lot of times feel like they're being targeted because they're white, and that's kind of the narrative that's been driven, you know, for their whole lives basically now at this point. I mean, you remember being 7, you know, that wasn't really a thing when we were young, but now all these conservatives are like, you know, great replacement, you know, yada yada, I'm being persecuted because I'm white, and it's like how do you reach them, you know, if all they've been told is that, you know, we don't like them because they're white, and that's, you know.
Dude, legit. Excuse me. I have a great anecdote for that. My freshman year of college, in my dorm, my roommate was white. We were homies, you know. We would go to the gym together, eat together, walk to class together, the whole nine, until the elections, Donald Trump. Then the true colors started showing up, right? And, you know, we're in the same dorm room sharing a bunk bed, and, like, he was definitely influenced by all these people, right? Because you remember the Donald Trump era. Like, we all remember what that was.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and he and I would argue until 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning about politics. And my stance was why Donald Trump, yes, he may be a phenomenal businessman. He knows how to finesse the system, which I think everybody should do regardless of race, color, whatever. You need to finesse the system or else you're going to get finessed, point blank, period. But he would not see why Donald Trump's influence was bad on America as a whole, in the sense of like that whole idea. He's what you said. The left side doesn't have a Donald Trump. We don't at all, right? And the word
We almost
masculinity
Could have been Bernie.
Could have been Bernie.
and the word masculinity is a dirty word on our side, right? And so now he's like calling me snowflake, all this stuff, and I'm just like, now I get like, you know, stupid, and now I'm name calling. I'm like, no, this isn't the point of our argument, of our discussion right now. It's to whatever. But like, even him in that, like, starting to name call, I can see influences from Donald Trump, right? For a president to go on stage in front of the nation and like make fun of anybody that has a disability is insane. That like makes these young white men feel like they can do that. It wasn't until George Floyd that randomly he sends me this long ass text and is like, bro, I apologize for those years. I finally realized what you were saying, and like, I know we argued for years and we're still friends, but like, I finally see it. I'm like, whoa, like all those years of
You got 'em,
arguing and
boys.
talking wasn't for naught. And so,
You can reach
Yeah.
them is the
Yeah.
thing, you know. You can reach them. You can show them reality, basically.
Yo.
I was
You know what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
the
Like,
issue is that they're in it is not reality of whatever is happening in that, you know, stream of media, and then, you know, all of a sudden they mess up. You know, they
Yep.
say one wrong thing that they're like, whoa, and then like their whole world shatters. You're like,
literally.
and that's just what happens. Somebody tells you something, you don't believe it, then all of a sudden you start to see it.
Oh well, over time we're getting there in the politics of the game, everything. Even the Speaker of the House, I think. I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit more bipartisan.
oh no, Kevin
Absolutely
McCarthy
not.
is Kevin,
You don't feel like that?
He's staunch Republican, my guy.
he's a Trump puppet.
Oh, okay.
As much as he like disannounced,
Yeah.
Trump or disavowed him, I should say. He's still a puppet. He was still
Okay.
he literally had to
Concede
cave
some, yeah.
to that wing of the Republican Party. So, Trump still has his influence, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's factionalism on all sides.
Name of the game.
It's kind of weird. Honestly, if you kind of look at it, it's almost like they are the progressive wing of the right wing, if that makes sense. But they're fascists, basically. So I love that for us.
Hell yeah, brother.
I feel so uncomfortable whenever a white man says that to me. He'd be like,
Hell yeah, brother.
come on, brother.
Brother.
Immediate red flag. Oh,
I
come
say it
on,
all
boy.
the time because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, brother. It's because this one time when I went to this like church camp, and then both my parents are pastors. I feel like that's an important thing to note. That's why I went to all these church camps. But I went to the church camp and I left, and it was like high school, and I was back home, and I posted like 3 different pictures in the same week. On every picture, he commented, "Hey brother, what's up?"
Bro.
And so then, like Nick, Zach, and Andrew and Quentin all like saw it, thought it was the funniest shit, and just started commenting, "Hey brother, what's up?" on all of my things. So now I'm just like, "Hey brother, what's up?"
Nice.
That's the one.
It's funny as fuck.
Oh. All right,
Anyway.
y'all.
Anyway,
yeah.
Happy MLK Day. It's been about an
Oh, yeah.
hour.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, long ass
Year.
pod.
How many
Yeah.
times are we gonna say Happy New Year?
After January's over, it's over.
True.
But it's still
January's
January.
already flying by. Damn.
Yeah,
Middle
halfway
of the
through.
pack.
Let's make it to spring, boys. 60 days till spring.
Oh yeah, baby.
True.
Oh, I'm ready for that weather. I'm not ready for you know who.
Appreciate y'all tuning in to Podnum. Till
Yeah.
next time, love y'all. Best wishes, and
If-
we're out.